Good morning, everyone. We are going to make some high protein, healthy smoothies. We've got cottage cheese, we've got some almond milk, I've got some strawberries, I've got my blender, and I've got these little popsicle wrappers that you can fill up and just put them in your freezer. And I do this all the time. It's a really great hack for the afternoon when you're sweating or, after you've been out in the garden or whatever. So I do cut these. You all know how to make a smoothie, but I will walk you through making a smoothie. You can do any smoothie, you can do any drink. And then I have this little funnel that goes in here. And then I just pour. Okay. There's a max line on that. I don't know if you can see that. So you just take this and I kind of set it to the side. And then I just close it up, and there's one ready to go for the freezer. Like I said, you can do any flavor. You can do just some kind of a lemonade. I mean, anything that is really good. I just like this because it's got cottage cheese in it, and it's like high protein snack in the afternoon to cool you off. So we're going to walk through how to make a smoothie. This is a cheesecake smoothie. So, okay, I'm just going to take about around a cup of almond milk. I'm going to take probably about a quarter cup of cottage cheese. You could add protein powder to this. You could add whatever you want to make it an extra high protein, but right now this is just something to cool me off, but it will give me some extra protein. So if I had this with an afternoon snack, like I could already have some protein in there and then just have one or two of these popsicles. I mean, they're virtually nothing in them. They're very low fat, very low carb because I'm using strawberry. And so I'm just putting some sweetener. This is my stevia that I use. I have it in a little shaker bottle. And then it looks like I'm going to need some more almond milk. So I just fill it up. Instead of making all these popsicles, I'm going to go ahead and probably have this for an afternoon smoothie. If you've never had cottage cheese blended up with fruit or something like sweet, it almost tastes like a cheesecake. So we're going to, it's like a strawberry cheesecake. It's so good. Okay. So that gives me 8 popsicles. These are just going to go right into my freezer, and I can pull them out whenever I want them. All right, well, thank you for coming with me as I make these high protein popsicles here. Love these cute little wrappers on Amazon, so highly recommend. So Have a great rest of your day. Okay, guys, this is another one of my go-to treats for the summer that is healthy, it's sugar-free, and I've never made this before. We're going to try it together. I've seen some bloggers on YouTube that have been making it, so I had some watermelon. It wasn't the best, so we're going to try to make some watermelon sorbet. Sorry about that. I'm going to get my ice cream maker. You guys, if you're on a healthy eating journey, highly recommend a small ice cream maker. I can make a batch of this and it'll go into these little individual containers and go in my fridge. And one's like a perfect portion size. It is like, it's a game changer. You can do kind of like we did a little bit earlier. You can do some kind of a smoothie that's a thicker. You can do an ice cream. You ever had cottage cheese ice cream? It's amazing. You should definitely try it. It's kind of like the smoothie we just made. It's like a strawberry cheesecake, or you can do any kind. You could do chocolate cheesecake. You could do peanut butter cheesecake. That sounds delicious. I might have to try that, but just just cottage cheese, almond milk, and some sweetener. A little bit of half and half makes an amazing ice cream. I've got the recipe. I'll have to really look at that. But it's just a good vanilla ice cream you can do with anything. You put chocolate on it. You can add fruit, whatever you would want to do if you want to do that. We're going to try watermelon sorbet today. So I'm going to go get the insert for my, well, actually, give me a minute. I've got some watermelon that I froze in cubes, and I'm kind of like thawing them out. And then I'm going to run them through the blender real quick. Then we're going to strain them out because we don't want seeds in our watermelon sorbet. So come along with me as we try to make this. Hopefully it turns out. The recipe that I see online says to add sugar. I'm not going to do that. I'm sugar free. So what I am going to do is add my sweetener though. So I'm probably not going to boil it because if you know anything about different sweeteners, they do different things. They don't dissolve like sugar does. So I'm not worried about that. If it's a little granularly, you could probably powder it up first. Not worried about that at all. So I'm just going to rinse this out. I'm going to add a little bit of water just to get my watermelon. Actually, you know what? Let's just do that. Let's just take some of our watermelon juice that I already blended up and just have that give that a jump start so we don't water it down. Nobody wants watered down watermelon, right? Okay. So we're just going to do this, set that to the side. Okay. I'm just going to do that. So it doesn't take that long at all. Okay. So now we need to strain it. Let me get in my dishwasher here because I know I've got my strainer. Since I've already used this bowl, I'm going to go ahead and just strain it into here. So got my little handy dandy strainer here. It's not very big, but it does the job. So I'm just going to strain it through here. I'm not worried about pulp. I just don't want seeds. So I'm probably going to have to coax it through. You know what? Let me get the one that I'm going to use later for my ice cream maker. Just going to coax it through a little bit. I don't know about you, but there's not much better than a fresh, delicious watermelon in the summertime. Do you guys agree? Yes. I'm gonna try, because this is extra pulpy here. Do you guys like to make healthy treats for the summer? That's the one way that I've been able to stay on this healthy eating plan for 8 years, and I plan on doing it for the rest of my life, because I recreate the things that everybody has in their normal diet. It may not be exactly like what they have out there, but it's close enough and it gets the job done, and I feel like I'm not being deprived, and I can have this delicious treat and I don't have to worry about it. And plus, I know that I'm getting healthy, and that's all that matters to me. I've got a lot of health issues that run in my family, so I'm very proactive in trying to make sure that I do the best by my health as I can. And so the problem is it did not tell me how much liquid we actually need this here. So we're going to just go with that for right now. I'm going to pour the rest of this into here. Mix them all together here. Okay. I give some more. Okay. We're going to call that good. I know that we'll probably get a lot more out of it. And we'll see how it fills up our ice cream maker. If it doesn't fill up our ice cream maker, we won't worry about it as much. You always get more. But, all right, I'm going to go get the ice cream maker. Hey guys, I am back. I'm going to try to scoot you back a little bit. Like I said, this thing was like $30 at Walmart, and for as many times as I've used it, I was on the fence for so long about getting one. But as soon as I did, I use it all the time. And so I'm very happy. I know they've got more expensive ones out there. They seem more single serve, and I'm more about batch cooking. So I like to make a larger batch and then just portion it out into individual servings. I believe that when you plan, you make good choices. I mean, there's a old saying that says, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. I believe that. And so you'll see that a lot of my channel is just prepping healthier stuff on the weekend or on my days off to set myself up for success in the future. Totally got ahead of myself. I was supposed to add some lime juice or lemon juice, and I have that in my fridge. One of my tips is to juice a bunch of lemons, put it in a little squeeze bottle. I have it for my drinks. I have it for things just like this. We're going to 1, 2. That's roughly 2 tablespoons. You know what? And then we're going to taste it, because I don't know if it actually is going to need any sweetener or not. So we're going to taste it. Oh, I actually think it could probably use a little more lemon juice, and it's sweet enough. It does not need any kind of sweetener. So I think we'll just go with that. So it looks like it might not be as much as I originally wanted, but I think it'll be okay. We're going to go with it. We'll see if it actually gets hard. So one of the bloggers that I follow said that she had the same fail that I did with her watermelon sorbet. And so I am trying again on her word, because she said that, so like her, I thought that you could just take and get it kind of cold and kind of thicker, but then you could just put in your fridge or put in your freezer and it would come to the consistency that you want it to. It didn't work. It was very separated and everything. So she said she had a similar problem. And so you actually just let it get thick in here first. And then once it gets thick in here, then you transfer it. So she said just keep letting it go until it gets the thickness that you want it to get. That's another great thing about this. It doesn't take hardly, I mean, within 30 minutes, you've got some kind of a soft served ice cream. So you can either use it as ice cream, as a soft serve ice cream, or you can go ahead and, like I said, portion it out into individual little bowls. I actually got these at Dollar Tree. It was like a 6-pack for $1. So yes, I'm sure they're not the healthiest for me because they are plastic, but they have saved me so much because they're 1-cup container. Everything else is like 2 cups, 3 cups, and that's just too big of a serving. And I know if I put 3 cups of something in there, I'm going to want to eat it. And so I don't want that. So you look, it's definitely getting thicker. I don't know when to call it. I've got some juice still in there, so we're gonna kind of do with that real quick. I might turn it off and give it a stir real quick. See kind of where we're at. Yeah, see, we're still not there. Yeah, I don't think we're there yet. Keep going. Smells good though. Smells good and fresh. I'm gonna give it 2 more minutes. Okay, we're gonna call that. See how it goes. So what you do is you take this guy out of here. That's pretty thick. I think we did good. Let's see. Take him out of there. And then I just take each one of these little bowls here. See how thick that is? It still probably could have went a little longer, but I'm okay with it. I think it's going to be the good texture that we want it. If there's a little bit of watermelon juice on top, I guess that's not the end of the world. Oh, I did get a seed in there. How does that work? Okay, so I have this hard spatula that I actually got for bread making. I'm just going to use that to kind of go around my edges. Okay, so that only gave me 3, and I'm okay with that. It got it out of my freezer, well, somewhat. I'm putting it back in my freezer. I guess that doesn't make any sense, but they're ready to go. 1, 2, 3 of them. Absolutely love them. I'm gonna go put these in my freezer right now. Looks to me like a freezer clean out video is in our future. for this time. We're just going to close that. Okay. So let me pull you. So what I do while it's fresh, I take hot water. And I just spray the inside of this out because it melts it immediately. And then it's clean. And just like that, we have 3 little individual portions of watermelon sorbet, which I'm excited to try and see if it tastes better than it did last time. I think that it actually will. That was a good tip that she gave. So we're gonna try that, and then so join me in the future, and maybe we'll make some of that ice cream because that sounds really good. So everybody have a good rest of your day. Bye.